Take the bait. Take the bait. Take the bait. Take the bait. Take the bait.
It's game day. It's not no regular Wednesday.
Welcome to Take the Bait, a sports talk show where two sports guys like ourselves, Ben Shoulders, Marcus Wilson, discuss topics past and present. Before we go on, we have to thank you, the listeners, for supporting us, getting over 5,000 views in our first two episodes. Only way we can do it is if you keep supporting us. And we also want to continue to deliver great content to you. So you have to let us know what you want to hear us talk about, putting it in the comments here on our YouTube or any of our social media platforms, our Facebook page, IG, or TikTok. Let us know what you want to hear. We'll talk about it, but thank you for all your support thus far. This will be the MVP episode where we discuss the MVPs of each league and we talk about who do we think should be the MVP. Ben, how about you start us off with the NFL?
You know, Marcus, I really like what Dak Prescott has been doing so far this season. And I'll tell you three reasons why. He's having a great season, his best year of his career. He's top three in every statistical quarterback category there is. And he just got CeeDee Lamb back. Therefore, he has the best wide receiver duo in the NFL in Lamb and Pickens. And you saw what happened the last time he had Lamb was in week 2, where he completed 38 passes, 361 yards, threw 2 touchdowns, and they won in overtime. But that being said, I am not going with Prescott. I'm going with Mr. Patrick Mahomes. And I'll tell you why. He's arguably having the best season of his career. He leads the NFL in 3 quarterback statistical categories and hasn't had his number 1 wide receiver yet this year in Rashee Rice. He recently got Rice back in weeks. They completed 7 passes together and not 1, but 2 touchdowns. The Chiefs have all the momentum now. Mahomes is only going to get better the back half of the season. And Patrick Mahomes right now is my pick for MVP. And if he wins MVP, Marcus, it would be his 3rd, and he'd only be one of 7 players to ever win 3 MVPs or more in NFL history.
You know what, Ben? I like how you teased me right there. You started off with one, you went to another. I like that, man. I really do. This is what I'm going to tell you, man. I got to switch my background up because I think you're wrong here. We talk about quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield is having a great year. I like winners. You know, he's 6 in yards, 6 in TDs, just really doing a great job keeping his interceptions low. And it's generally a quarterback award, right? But just like you, I'm not going with my first guy I'm talking about. I'm going with Jonathan Taylor with the Indianapolis Colts. I told you I'm from Indiana, and even though I'm a Colts fan, I got the stats to back this one up. Jonathan Taylor has been outstanding. He's 1st in yards. He's leading all running backs in the entire NFL with 10 TDs, has another one, a reception TD. He has 3 games, count them up, 3 games where he's had 3 TDs in a game. And like I said, I like winners. The Colts are the best team in the NFL right now. Their offense is flowing. Due to Jonathan Taylor, they're ready for postseason play, the way that they can spread the ball around, but also you have a workhorse in Jonathan Taylor. So my MVP pick right now is Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts. But as we just said, you think it's Patty. I got to ask you a quick question. Do you think Patty Mahomes, or we call him Patrick Mahomes, has Patty Mahomes lost a step at this point in his career?
Absolutely not, Marcus. Yes, he turned 30 this year, but 30 is not old. He's 1st right now in total touchdowns. He's 1st right now in total yards, and he's 1st right now in first downs. He just got his number 1 wide receiver back, like I said earlier, in Rashee Rice, and he has a healthy receiving core now, a healthy offensive line now, and Travis Kelce, who's been his best target the last several years, is still doing his thing at 36. He's one of the most athletic, most creative quarterbacks we've ever seen, and he's only going to get better the back half of this season. He has not lost a step, and his numbers will continue to improve. No, he has not lost a step at all.
I'm going to have to adamantly disagree with you on that one, and it sounds like you're a Patrick Mahomes fan, but again, I'm going with the data. I'm going with the stats on this one. Now, I will say he's kept his interceptions down this year. Unlike the past 3 years, he's been throwing too many picks. They're down this year. I'll give him credit for that. Is he still good? Yes. Has he lost a step? Definitely. 5 out of his first 6 seasons, mind you, this dude was amazing. He was averaging over 8 yards per catch. The last 3 years, it's been 7, 6.8, and he's finally back up above 7 again at 7.3. Lower than his prime years, those 5 to 6 years when he was really just killing it. Also in those first 6 seasons, every season, go check the stats, he was averaging over 280 yards per game. You know what these last 3 years have been? 261, 245 last year, and 257, which is the second lowest of his career, right? Lastly, yes, his passer rating is up. It's up to 102. The last 2 years were not very good at 92 and 93. But in those prime years, every year between 2018 and 2022, his passer rating was over 105. 105. So right now, he looks like he's starting to get back to what he was. It still is not what he used to be. So with all of those stats, with lower yards per game, lower passer rating, I just think that he's lost a step, and I think the stats prove it. But Patrick Mahomes is one of our favorites. You're right, they're getting their receiver back, and maybe that will help him get some of those stats that he used to put up in those prime years when he was undoubtedly the best quarterback in the league. On to our second topic, the NBA. I can't wait to talk about the NBA right here. And who do you think, Ben, will be this year's MVP?
I think, Marcus, there are about 5 players that are going to be really vying for this award this year, and I think it's going to be a really, really tight race. I know we've only had a couple games already this year, so we have a long season ahead. But I think, obviously, SGA coming off of last year is going to be tough to beat. I think Wemby putting up a 40 ball and 15 rebounds the opening night, going to be tough to beat. We saw what Anthony Edwards did in the offseason. Tough to beat. We saw what Luka did in the offseason. Tough to beat. But my pick is the Joker. That's right. Jokic wins his fourth MVP. And I'll tell you,
wow.
Yes, that would be his fourth. And I'll tell you why. The man had his best statistical season last season, averaging a triple-double and 30 points a game, and did not win MVP. He lost and got second to SGA, as we all know. He's ticked off about that. He's going to put the NBA on notice. His team is healthy, and he's going to say, look, I'm the best player in the NBA. I have been since COVID. Here's his run since the pandemic season. I just want to throw this out to people. I shouldn't say if he wins MVP, but when he wins MVP, here's what his last 6 seasons would be. 2021 MVP, 2022 MVP, 2023 runner-up to Embiid, 2024 MVP, 2025 runner-up to SGA, and I think this year's MVP. That hasn't happened since the early 80s with Larry Bird, okay? 40 years ago. A person hasn't had that kind of run on MVP races. So my pick is Jokic. I think you're going to see another type triple-double season, and I think it's going to be really, really tight between about 4, 5, 6 players, but my pick is the Joker.
4 MVPs would be crazy. I mean, we would have to, I wouldn't even say start talking about, we would have to put him in the top 15 of all time, right? Which I think that's in the conversation right now, but a 4th MVP would just solidify all of that, the way he has been dominant. You know, as we talk about MVPs, the younger generation is continuously getting better, as you talked about with Anthony Edwards. And I'm going to start off with a guy by the name of Wembanyama. Wembanyama obviously did some work with Hakeem Olajuwon in the offseason. He's gotten stronger. We saw that he was up in the mountains with the Buddhist monks. I mean, he has improved himself physically, mentally, and obviously his skill. He started off with a cool, easy 40 points, 15 rebounds against a Mavericks team that people think are going to make some noise with a big front line. But this dude is just big. He's agile. He can do it all. I mean, he's efficient. He was 15 of 21. 15 of 21. Those type of shooting percentages don't really exist in the NBA. There's volume shooters. The way that he's been efficient, and I think that he will get Defensive Player of the Year. However, I don't think he's going to get the MVP. The MVP this year will be none other than Luka Doncic. And I'll tell you why. Luka has been awesome his entire career. Career averages of 28 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Those are MVP type numbers. There were those couple years where he was in the 30s, 33 points a game and more, and he was just outstanding. But he's been doing that half chubby, drinking beers before and after games. I don't know if he's drinking beers before. I don't want to throw that out there. But it looks like his body has not been in excellent shape. We saw what he did this summer. You talk about being teed off after getting traded last year. Only thing that can stop him from getting MVP this year is LeBron James. And I say that if LeBron James can share the spotlight this year. I think this will be LeBron's last year. I think that, if he can allow himself to be the second guy, which he has, but if Luka is balling out and LeBron continues to buy into that and allows his body to rest, I do think that Luka will be the MVP. I mean, LeBron is slowing down. Another key to part of this is Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is going to take the other team's best perimeter player, which allows them to hide Luka, where he doesn't have to play as much defense, allows LeBron not to have to guard the other team's best player. And now with having Marcus Smart there, having a better in-shape Luka Doncic, having just a more motivated Luka Doncic, and quite frankly, it's going to come down to also the media market. LA will be better this year. When you're playing in LA, it's better than Oklahoma City and Denver and some of these other small markets. I think Luka's going to be on TV too much. He's going to have great games. He started off with 43 and 12 and 9 on 17 and 27 field goal shooting and an opening night. I think we're going to see more outrageous numbers like that for Luka Doncic, and he is my pick for the NBA's MVP this year.
Let me just add a quick stat, and that is this. We mentioned 4 MVPs. I just found out, just got this fed to me, only 5 players ever have won 4 MVPs or more in the NBA. 5. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, and his heiress, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So Jokic would join that group if he wins his 4th.
That is elite company right there. I don't know if I'm rooting for that or not because, man, to think about Jokic in that group and the way he just kind of like loafs around out there. But hey, production is production, and he's doing it. Can't take anything away from him. He is a champion and a 3-time MVP. Lastly, we have your Major League Baseball MVP.
I know we're talking about American League, Marcus, because obviously National League is going to be Ohtani. I think nobody would argue that one after what we've seen him do. But in the American League, Judge is having a great season. And it's going to be tight. But I'm going with Cal Raleigh. And I'll tell you why. Cal Raleigh plays the toughest defensive position in Major League Baseball at catcher. Okay? One of the most grueling positions in all of professional sports. Playing the primarily defensive position, he led the American League in home runs and RBIs. There's only been 2 catchers ever to hit over 45 or more home runs. Johnny Bench in 1970 and Perez in 2021. Cal Raleigh hit 60 this year as a catcher and led the American League in RBIs with 125. We'll put up this graphic real quick. If you count postseason home runs, he has the most American League home runs in a single season ever, ironically surpassing Aaron Judge with 65. 65 home runs in a season, counting postseason, is the most ever in American League history. Cal Raleigh's my pick, mainly because he plays catcher and hits 60 home runs and 125 RBIs. But I do agree, Marcus, it will be a very, very tight race. And you'll see right here on another graphic the comparison between the two. It's really, really close. I think Raleigh just edges him out barely.
This is a softball one. This is hey, Marcus, go ahead and swing for the park on this one. Give you the easy one. I'm going with Aaron Judge. I mean, they had 94 wins. He took his team to the playoffs. Again, I like winners. Even though they're not in the World Series, they lost to the Blue Jays, who is in the World Series. So he has the team success that you need to be the MVP. Besides that, the individual stats speak for themselves. He's first in batting average, first in OPS, which is on base plus slugging, and he's first in total bases. He's first in wins above replacement, which is the highest of his career this year. He's been MVP twice, and he has the highest WAR percentage than he's ever had. And he's 4th in home runs, 5th in RBIs. I just think with his team success, with his individual success, it's too hard not to go with the Judge, Aaron Judge. Looking forward to see the tally on those votes. Both guys are really obviously qualified. Looking forward to see who wins that. That does it for this episode of Take the Bait. How about you join us in the comments and give us, who do you think is the MVP of the NFL? Do you think that Patrick Mahomes has lost a step? Who do you think will be this year's MVP in the NBA? And lastly, who do you think will be the American League MVP? We're waiting to hear from you. Again, thank you so much for your support. Our shorts are blowing up on YouTube. The actual episodes are doing well. all over the country, all over the world. People love sports. I know you do. We love it. We love talking about it. And you know who the real MVP is? It's you guys for supporting us. Thank you so much. Ben, you got anything to close us out?
Take the bait. We want to hear from you.
We're out.
Take the bait. Take the bait. Take the bait. Take the bait. Take the bait.
Get off your phone and get in the zone. Put down the sticks, leave the studio alone. I got my squad with me and we ready. If you got your squad with you, get ready. Take the bait.
Take the bait.
Take the bait.
Take